Alright, and we are live here on YouTube for the Goodyear 400 from Darlington Raceway. I am just now getting it pulled up on my TV. I just got home. I'm sorry about the delay, guys, but we are here and we are ready to go. Alright, so there we go. Got that all set up. Hey, 23XI, how's it going? And oh wow, we are already pacing. And oh, lights are already off on the pace car. Okay, we are really close to getting ready to go. I did not realize just how close we were pushing it. I thought, with a 3 p.m. start time, I thought, okay, 15-20 minutes of pre-race is kind of normal. Get going around 2:30 or 3:30, but apparently I was wrong. Give me a moment. I'm still plugging stuff in. Alright, and we are green flag is out. We are racing here at Darlington. Alright, so we got the 45 car off from the lead position. That is Tyler Reddick diving it down through 1 and 2. Oh wow, he is already starting to gap the Fords behind him. Ty Gibbs trying to hang on there for the second position. No, Brad Keselowski able to make the block there. Keselowski goes and puts the block there. Now you've got Ty Gibbs and Kyle Larson on the top side trying to outpower Chris Buescher, trying to keep those two RFK cars separated because we know just how potent those Fords have been this year. He says sarcastically, as we've had literally we've had legitimately no wins by Ford this year. Alright, yeah, no worries, 23XI, but yeah, feel free to hang out and chat, but yeah. Here we go, let's see. Everybody kind of settling into line. Oh, somebody just barely chopped in line there. Could not see who that was further on back. And with all the different paint schemes this week, hard to really tell who's who out there. But yeah, it was a mess there. Yeah, Chastain and Christopher Bell fighting it out for 10th. Joey Logano trying to get in on the mix there. Todd Gilliland also trying to get in on the mix there. And oh, it looks like Chastain's having an issue. Possibly a tire down on the... tire going down on the one. I think I saw a tire rub at the very least. But yeah, the one at Chastain is losing spots to pretty much everybody. And yeah, I think that... he definitely made some wall contact. I thought he smoked the tires before getting into the wall though. So I don't know if he overcooked the corner that severely or if he genuinely was just that far off, but yeah, something seemed wrong with that car, at least early on. Maybe he'll figure out the balance to it early after a couple laps here. A couple notable drivers, though, that were coming from the rear of the field today. You had Eric Jones coming from the rear of the field, Noah Gragson starting dead last. Josh Berry was coming from deep in the field, Chase Elliott coming from deep in the field here today. And speaking of guys who normally are coming from deep in the field, Todd Gilliland, after qualifying kind of mid-pack, he's already rocked his way all the way up into the top 10, trying to prove that, hey, we don't need Michael McDowell at the team because we got a veteran driver who can go up there and lead and win races. Which, to his credit, he did lead, and he was leading and dominating the Atlanta race for a period of time, with Michael McDowell on his rear bumper and helping block for him. But, yeah. So, here we go. Now we got Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex Jr. starting to fight with each other, going back and forth for position as well. Alright, there we go. We are all settling in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. We got 5 people hanging out in chat. If you guys are enjoying the stream so far, hit the like and subscribe button. We've been doing this all season long and no intention of stopping anytime soon. We got All-Star Weekend next weekend. There is a slight change. I was not able to get the time off that I asked for Memorial Day, so we will not be able to do the Indy 500 broadcast, but I will be here for the Coke 600 after the fact. So, that is a slight change. I was really hoping to be home for both those. But we've got All-Star Weekend next weekend, which is going to be fun. Definitely looking forward to seeing how Kevin Harvick does in that number 5 car, because we know he hadn't been doing too well in the in the 4-car throughout the last couple of years with the Stewart-Haas team, and we kind of had chalked that up to Stewart-Haas not being as good as they were. And I don't think anyone had really considered the idea that maybe it was Kevin Harvick who had lost a step, even though that would have been one of the most dramatic drops in production that we've ever seen from a racing driver. But hey, records are possible, and that one is certainly a thing. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we are settling in here. So Josh Berry up to the 29th position. Chase Elliott is still back in 31st, though. That is very hard. Alright, so they're talking about the race strategy. 4 tires every chance you get, because this is one abrasive racetrack. Splitting the, the thought process is to do 1 stops in the first 2 stages, so you can go about 45 laps in, you can go with at least 45 laps on a set of tires, it looks like. Alright, so there we go. So Michael McDowell still stuck in, after having a double top 10s at this track 2 years ago, last year was a really rough time for him at the Lady in Black. Neither race he was able to get inside the top 30. And this is definitely a race that after 2022, I thought for sure this was one of those tracks that maybe he would figure out and might be a shot for a non-super speedway, non-road course win for him. A traditional oval, but ultimately last year he definitely disappointed there, considering all that. I think I had definitely led to a lot of it, but considering all the hyping up that they had done, it was certainly a question as to could Michael McDowell potentially win the Darlington race, similar to how Eric Jones had gone and won at Darlington in the petty GMS era with the underpowered 43 Chevrolet at the time. And that's also why I think it's a valuable thing that he stepped back into the car here at this race. Now we've got 6 Toyotas inside the top 10. Just want to point that out because that is amazing levels of security there from the 2 2311 drivers and the 4 Joe Gibbs drivers being the 6 Toyotas in the top 10. And then you've got John Hunter Nemechek and Eric Jones, who are both qualified and starting a little further back here. There we go. Alright, we should be back. But, yeah. Gotta love that the, and there we go. They're going to, it looks like they're going to commercial break with the Monster Energy girls in the, Fox Studios. Oh, no, they're just coming back from break? Or was that just, because if so, that was like the shortest break ever. But, yeah, I'm not going to complain about a short break. No, keep it coming. If we can get more short breaks like that, that'd be great. But yeah, Throwback Weekend, though. Throwback Weekend's always pretty fun. I don't know, the last couple of years, it had felt like some of the, outside of a very small selective, select examples, most of the throwbacks had kind of gone by the wayside, and to an extent, I know there are still some teams that aren't embracing the throwback theme, which is a little unfortunate, but it's not like it's not something that they never do. We've seen other teams do other throwbacks at other tracks and stuff, but also some sponsors just don't want to go and use their colors in different ways or swap up their colors entirely. I mean, like, for example, Kyle Larson went from the red, white, and blue of HendrickCars.com to the yellow, red, and green of Kellogg's and Corn Flakes. And say some of the examples you got, the throwback is the same sponsor. Like for the six of Brad Keselowski, they went and adapted one of their old sports car wins from the Castrol racing days. Busch doing a throwback to basically their old their retro can designs, rather than doing a throwback to an actual race car. And oh, hey, cool! It's Chastain's 200th career Cup Series start today. Wonder if we'll see him get a win in that 200th start. And Todd Gilliland has entered the top 10. There we go. So there we go. Todd Gilliland has joined the top 10. And car number 9 going back to the inside. Gonna try and... Oh man, here we go. So, yep, we are all set. We got that all done. Alright, let's see. How we doing? Hey, Jordan, how's it going? Who's my pick today? I've got William Byron as my pick for the win that I made over on the Lapdown podcast that I'm a part of over on, I think that episode came up Wednesday. So, if you guys haven't already checked it out, the Lapdown podcast, there's a link in the description. But I'm on there every week with a group of my friends, and we break down each and every race, and we make race picks. So that's my pick for the win. I think the Hendrick cars will, over the course of time throughout the race, bubble to the front of the field. You've got 2 of them already inside the top 6. Not sure where. Bowman's Bowman's up to 15th, and then Elliott's been having a little bit of a rough time back there, but I think there's a good chance that you'll see the Hendrick cars, especially Larson and Byron, bubble to the front by the end of the race. And I don't know. I'm not so sold on Keselowski or Buescher. Alright, so yeah, there we go. We're all set. We're settling in. How's everybody doing, though, today? Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, let's see. We're chilling out. Let's see. Kaz Growler is currently in last. Always kind of curious to take a peek and see who's in last place. Looks like Bowman has surely gotten 15th place away from Michael McDowell. Now, I do have a theory as to, now that Mike McDowell's now that Michael McDowell is set to be leaving Ford and Front Row Motorsports after this year, do we see him potentially get lesser equipment than Todd Gilliland outside of maybe the road courses where they know that they could realistically go for the win? Because, I know we talked about that with Kyle Busch during his final year in the 18 car. It felt like he was just not getting the same equipment and or quality of care being given to his equipment in the lead up to him leaving Toyota to go to Chevy. Alright, there we go. Got that all set. I'm going to go check my NASCAR fantasy roster if you guys play the NASCAR fantasy game. I do have a link in the description as well to join our NASCAR fantasy league with a bunch of my friends' families, and we opened it up this year. I went and put the link in the description of every stream, or pretty much every stream, for you viewers to join in and play along, so let's go ahead and see how that's going. go. Fantasy. Follow live scoring. I'm in 11th place. Great. What did I do wrong? Oh, I have Eric Jones. Okay, it's because I put Eric Jones in my lineup and I had William Byron as my garage driver initially. That was the problem. Okay. Well, that should hopefully boost my score up. I will probably be around 7th or 8th now, at least. But, yeah, so, how's everybody doing, though? We got 7 people hanging out in chat. We're currently at the first commercial break of the race, and we are getting ready. We're approaching that 1/3 mark in the first half, or in the first stage. Now, if, let's say again, they said around lap 45 or so, we should, would be the time to start expecting some pit stops from some of these guys. I'd be curious to see if anybody potentially goes off pattern, potentially try and do a 2-stopper in the stages. I mean, that'd be a lot of pit stops to have to make, but I wouldn't be opposed to the idea of someone potentially trying it. Alright, here we go. And yeah, it is packed at the racetrack today, apparently. Got a couple of friends who are actually at the track, and they're saying how packed it is for especially for a Darlington spring date. Which, I mean, I guess that is the reason why they go and gave Darlington a additional date. Is that it was a track that has great racing and loyal attendance that would actually show up to 2 races a year. Hopefully, the plan being to try and sell out every race weekend, and that had not been happening for a while. Alright, so here we go. We got Kyle Larson trying to pass Ty Gibbs here for the 3rd position. Ty Gibbs on the high side. Larson to the bottom. Can Larson clear him? Yes, Larson clears him pretty easily. Not much competition or contest there for Kyle Larson trying to pass Ty Gibbs. Kind of surprised how easy that looked for Larson. But, yeah, here we go. Alright, we are getting all set and ready for this one. So Darlington Raceway has had 126 races in its history. It's been the home of one of NASCAR's crown jewels, the Southern 500, for a long, long time. Basically, ever going back as far as I can remember, Darlington's had that Southern 500, and it's always been on Labor Day weekend. This year, Labor Day weekend falling a little bit earlier, they get the regular season finale this year, which is definitely something. It's a mix between that and then also the reasoning behind why they, between that and the extra off week that they had to add in. But here we go. The field's starting to catch lap traffic, and looks like Reddick may be slowing down to try and match the pace of these guys. And the green flag pit stop window is open, so I guess they think that they can make it about 50 laps on a tank of fuel, and here we go. Yep, there goes Denny Hamlin down to pit road, driving the Yahoo mobile coming down pit road. Can he make something of it? Alex Bowman, Kyle Busch, Chase Briscoe also hitting pit road here. There we go. Say Priest and Burton both a lap down. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, right now they're all making their way through this. Alright, here we go. Larson and Gibbs now in pit road. Let's see. Okay. And let's say the more and more of these pit stops that occur, we got Logano on pit road. We got Gilliland on pit road. Here come the leaders. You've got Reddick, you've got Buescher, you got Keselowski. And so the top three all coming to pit road. Is Blaney going to stay out to try and lead a lap, or is he going to come down pit road as well? That is going to be the next big question. So far, no word on Blaney. It looks like Blaney is going to stay out to assume the... Oh, wait, no, sorry. Blaney is not going to assume the lead because Bubba's actually ahead of him, and also Bubba stayed out. So here we go. So Bubba Wallace, Blaney, Stenhouse, and Austin Dillon, those three have stayed out to this point. Alright, there we go. Let's see. 40 laps in. Say about 50 to go. We got ourselves a pretty good race going. Yeah, we got people riding around here. I will say I love the way that 24 looks there. Alright, let's see. And there goes Bubba Wallace dealing with lap traffic here. He's got a lot of fast cars coming from behind him with diplomas. But, or not with diplomas, man. But with fresh tires, that's what I meant. Sorry, I'm really tired. Alright, here we go. So, William Byron just went and passed the leader of Bubba Wallace to get back on the lead lap. Those fresh tires definitely going to be helping him out. There's no way Bubba pits here and doesn't lose a lap, so at this point I think Bubba's made his bed and he's going to end up having to lie in it here. And yeah, there we go. Bubba's just getting flown by with Alright, let's see. 43 down, 48 to go. We got 48 laps remaining in this first segment. A lot of these guys have already come to pit road so far. Stenhouse, Blaney, and Bubba Wallace, the only three who have yet to come down pit road. Alright, let's see again. Right now, I don't know what Bubba's plan is necessarily, but hopefully he's got a good one because at this point, I know the original plan might have been to split it in half, directly in half, but at this point you've missed that boat because everybody else was planning on splitting it. Did it a lot earlier, and here we go. Looks like Bubba's coming to pit road now. So there we go. Stenhouse hit pit road. There goes Bubba to pit road. Now the question is, what does Ryan Blaney do? Does Ryan Blaney pit with the rest? Does Ryan Blaney stay out? Alright, there we go. Ryan Blaney has stayed out. Alright, here we go. Alright, here we go, and here comes Ryan Blaney coming to pit road as well. Ryan Blaney to pit road, and there we go. That is going to fully cycle the pit cycle, and that will leave Ty Gibbs out ahead of two Chevys. Alright, let's see. Again, right now we're just working our way through this. Got a pretty good race going here. Exactly halfway through the stage, and it looks like they are going to be going to a commercial break. Yep, there it goes. I'm going to go use the bathroom, and I will be right back, guys. I was going to run a quick ad. here we go. We are back and ready for action here. Still at a commercial break, so we didn't take too long. And there we go. If we doing, let me check forecast, because I haven't been really looking at the clouds on the broadcast, mainly because I'm hoping we don't get a rain delay. Nope, not looking for my area. I'm looking for Darlington, South Carolina. Looks sunny and clear all day long, so we should have this race done in the average amount of time, which means no race running late, no let's stop. There we go. Alright, there we go. I got that set up there just right. But, yeah, so there we go. But I did have rain delay content in tow, just in case we did end up getting a rain delay there. Oh, Michael McDowell up to 11th. There we go. Alright, here we go. We're back from commercial break. Alright, so here we go. We got the 99 of Suarez trying to unlap himself, and William Byron, he's challenging for the lead here. He was 6th before the pit window. He came in 6th, comes out in 2nd place, and he's going to be fighting for the lead here momentarily. Yeah, right now, Suarez on the outside trying to fight it out. I will say, I love that number 99 car from Suarez. The font is a little goofy, but honestly, that's kind of that's part of the charm of the throwback weekend, is the different number fonts that you might not always see. I think Ty Gibbs might be doing a throwback to one of his Xfinity wins or his Xfinity Championship car. I don't remember which scheme he ran in the championship race when he won that Xfinity title, but yeah, there we go. Truex and Busch are there battling it out for 6th and 7th. Looks like Truex might be on the losing end of that one. No, there we go. Truex dives it way deep. He's going to try and slide up in front of Buescher. And just as we were about to see whether it worked or not, they cut away from it. Yay. And here comes Stenhouse. Stenhouse trying to unlap himself as he was one of those drivers to pit a little later in the cycle. Came out a lap down, but he's now on the back bumper of Byron, trying to pressure him to get by. Yeah, Stenhouse in the old Mark Martin number 6 throwback there, throwing it back to both his and Oscar Mayer's start as Roush Racing prospects. They both started out their NASCAR journeys on the number 6 car. Oscar Mayer with Mark Martin, and obviously Ricky Stenhouse Jr., we know, started in the 6 back in the Nationwide Series, where he won 2 championships after being benched for crashing too frequently. Then we got Todd Gilliland with the, I believe that's the Generators car that he is the actual sponsor of that one. Alright, so there we go. We are just chugging along. Hopefully everybody's having a fun time. So here we go. Larson ended up going by Byron. Wow, I looked down for a moment, and Larson made that move. Gets around his teammate here, and now Larson's gonna be the one to try and chase down Ty Gibbs. And Ty Gibbs still fighting it out with the 99. As he goes by the 99, 99 makes some contact with the wall. I don't know if that was forced by Ty Gibbs or if the 99 was going to make that mistake regardless. But, yeah, I mean, is that 54 definitely bullying his way through the field right now, which is, I mean, that's honestly not a bad behavior to have when you're the leader. I mean, the cars should be a little bit nicer to you. But obviously nobody, especially not even through the first stage, nobody wants to be that car going down a lap before we even hit lap 70. I mean, obviously lap 70 is one thing. But yeah, here we go. We are making this one work. Alright, so here we are. They're going to commercial break, and we are, again, we're just chilling here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, here we go. Going to pull up the, pull this one up. Oh yeah, I also wanted to pull up, and check on this. Gotta love it when things decide to forget your passwords for them. So you actually have to remember the passwords to log in. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Oh, wow. Someone's actually gone and done a full 2024 Indy 500 collection. That is impressive. Oh, wow. Someone actually did the full Kansas race, too. For car sets over on iRacing. Alright, here we go. Yep, okay, that was the problem with that. Alright, 24 laps to go in stage 1 as they come back from commercial break. And here we go, let's see. And so you got Brian Keselowski chopping the nose off the 45 of Tyler Reddick here for the 4th position. Meanwhile, you got Truex right on their back bumper for that 6th position. All three of these cars under a blanket for the 4th position here. Reddick and Keselowski are side by side, and if they give Truex the opportunity down the front straightaway, he may go for the 3 wide move down the bottom. Problem is, he would want to make sure he can make that move complete before getting to the straightaway, or before having to go in that corner, because that very bottom of the corner is very dirty and not a very good spot to try and launch from. There we go. Chase Elliott's up into the 20s on spots now, so he's actually made some ground up during that cycle of pit stops. Meanwhile, Mike McDowell, Kyle Busch both drifting back a little bit. And no, we don't have all 6 of the top tier Toyotas moving up into that top bit. Let's see. Yeah, Chase Elliott up to 22nd so far. I mean, it's not a ton, but it's progress through the field that he hadn't had. As he had been kind of flatlined in 30th, which was not good. Oh, wow. Okay, there's only, 27 cars left on the lead lap. There's a lot of cars that went a lap down there on that cycle of stops. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Larson currently in 2nd place, and he's trailing quite a bit behind Ty Gibbs. Now, granted, it doesn't really matter a ton if you don't think you can get to him, but I don't think Larson's given up on that idea. I don't think Larson thinks that he can't catch him. Now, Byron and them, they may not believe that they can catch Larson or Gibbs right now before this stage ends, especially while they've got Stenhouse trying to unlap himself through the field. But right now, Gibbs and Larson, though, I think Larson still thinks he can catch Gibbs as they got 18 laps to go and they still got time. Alright, here we go. Making our way through this one. See, we got, again, Buescher and Gilliland both up in the top 10. And, let's say, throwing it back to the 2016 Southern 500 that Truex won back before he became a NASCAR champion. Same sponsor on the hood and that throwback. I mean, I was not too thrilled with the fact that the goal for the year was to throw it back to the 2010s, pretty much. I mean, Hendrick definitely didn't follow that 2010s too accurately, although actually 2 of their 4 cars did throw back to the 2010s. Because Byron, Gordon ran that scheme, I'm sure, in the 2010s. Might not have been too deep into the 2010s, but he definitely ran the darker flame scheme in the 2010s. But, yeah, right now, though, they're all making it through laps since last pit. It's been about 40 laps for a lot of these guys. You might start to question, do we see someone like Hamlin potentially, those tires starting to age? Alright, so McDowell was on pit road a lot earlier than everybody else, so he's gonna, him falling off a little bit harder is not too far to be surprised. But, yeah, here we go. Let's see. But, yeah, I love that 24 car, though. I mean, the number placement definitely could be a little bit better, but I mean, the number placement, they can't really change that. I think it's a bigger deal on a car like the 15, where they actually have a big circle and everything. But at least they didn't do what the 6 did a few years ago when they did their throwback and couldn't put the 6 in the circle that they did. But here we go, 13 laps to go, and we're going to a side-by-side commercial here as we got 0.3 of a second between Larson and Gibbs, and we're focusing on the battle for third as Keselowski takes the spot from William Byron. William Byron drops to fourth here, Keselowski up to third. So, Brad Keselowski's going to get on the podium for this stage, it looks like. And, oh no! Ty Gibbs just got really loose. A little bit of fence contact, and the 5 car takes the lead. Kyle Larson to the race lead. Again, Ty Gibbs goes backwards a little bit here. Not exactly what he was looking for. Hopefully, not damaged. No significant damage there, because we don't want to see him. We don't want to see him with significant damage to the point where it's harder to make something happen. Alright, here we go. Let's see. We got Byron's lost a couple of spots now. He's lost a spot to Reddick. He's lost a spot to Truex. I mean, he's just kind of in a free fall right now. He's down to 6th place. He's not even going to finish top 5 right now. And there we go. Todd Gill and Chris Busch are both up to the 7th and 8th position respectively there. Meanwhile, again, those drivers who pitted earlier in the cycle are starting to drift a little further back. I mean, as long as they don't get lapped, it's not a big deal. I mean, obviously, I want to see Kyle Busch out there leading laps, but it's not a big deal if he can't get out there and run at the front. Alright, well, let's see. So you got the UFL commercial going on. Let's see. Let's see. When are the Michigan Panthers playing? Because I was actually talking... oh, there we go. Saturday. Okay, so they're in the Saturday game this week. At 4 p.m. Yeah, me and a friend, we were talking some football earlier today, and we were talking about Jake on that team. He's their kicker, and he's blasted a couple of 60-yarders. But yeah, the 54 just got loose there. I thought he may have blown a tire the way his car kind of shook before, with the rear of the car shaking first, but no, it was just looked like a driver error or something from the 54 Ty Gibbs. He's now 3 seconds back. Ain't no way he's catching Larson at this point. Kyle Larson, you can write that one in pen. He will win this stage, barring a catastrophic tire failure or something worse. Or a caution. I mean, a caution, theoretically, they might be able to get it cleaned up if it was something nice and quick, but... Alright, let's see again. Right now, 6 laps to go. They're showing Ty Gibbs, but he's got about 4 seconds behind him before he gets to anybody, and about 3.5 ahead of him before he gets to anybody. Keselowski and Reddick are close enough to where they could be battling for position. Same thing with Byron and Truex, looking at the times behind, but NASCAR just wants to focus on Larson. Alright, let's see. Chase Elliott all the way in the 24th position, battling with Gragson for 25th. Alright, let's see. Who's the first car 1 lap down? That's going to be the next big thing to look for now that we're getting to 5 laps to go here. As Blaney and Bubba are fighting it out for spots inside the top 10. those spots do award points, so it is definitely a big thing to keep an eye on as well. Alright, here we go. Now Ty Gibbs is almost 5 seconds behind Larson. I mean, he has given up pretty much all the advantage. Now, the question is, does he give up too much to the point where Ty Gibbs gets caught by Brad Keselowski? You certainly hope not. Alright, here we got 3 laps to go in the stage. Chase... Uh-oh. Kyle Larson's caught his teammate, Chase Elliott. Is he going to lap his teammate? He doesn't have to. That is going to be an interesting choice for Kyle Larson, because he is fast enough. I think he can directly choose whether he wants to pass Chase Elliott or not. I think he absolutely should pass him. But here we go. White flag is going to wave, and white flag for stage number 1. Todd Gilliland's moved his way all the way up into the top 6. Nice job, Todd Gilliland. Byron fell off quite a bit in the latter half of that stage. He fell way back. But looks like Ty Gibbs, is he going to be able to hold off Brad Keselowski? He's dropped all the way back to Brad's front bumper here, but Larson's going to be able to nice and clearly run to the checker, and he lets Elliott maintain on the lead lap. So, good on Kyle Larson. Good teammate there for letting your teammate stay on the lead lap and not passing him like you probably could have. Nor did you end up giving up the stage win to try and do so. Alright, there we go. Alright, there we go. Got that all done. We are going to our, they're going to the commercial break for the stage end as Larson won the stage. Ty Gibbs second. Third was Brad Keselowski. Fourth, Reddick. Fifth, Martin Truex Jr. Sixth, Todd Gilliland. Seventh, Buescher. Eighth, Blaney. Ninth was William Byron. And rounding out your top 10 was Bubba Wallace. Joey Logano, the first driver missing out on points here today. Let's see. Alright, there we go. We got that all set. I'm going to go ahead and check the Fantasy League, see how my fantasy team is doing. And then we will check in on the Nuggets game, because I saw Nuggets were playing as well right now. Okay, we're up to 9th place. Not a ton of improvement. We're tied for 9th. And we do have Eric Jones in the back in case Chastain or Hamlin find each other and find the wall. Just hopefully the two of them don't do that together. So, they're right now going through all the fastest pit crew members, and next week we will get to once again determine who the best overall pit crew is by doing the pit crew competition on Saturday night. That'll be fun. They decided to integrate that in with qualifying. I don't know. I think that the format that they did that one year at Texas was probably the most fun version of the pit crew competition they could ever do. You basically do a launch into a pit box, a launch out of a pit box after a 4-tire change, and then you go and race it back to the line. Gives a good driver a chance to maybe try and make up for the mistakes of his team. But also, the team absolutely makes a massive difference in that, too. Alright, there we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and mark off this one as having been done. Alright, there we go. And here we go. Coming down for 4-tire pit stops, I'm assuming for the end of the stage, you got Larson, Truex, pole sitter Tyler Reddick, and Brad Keselowski, who had pit selection. I gotta know what on earth they were thinking. They picked a pit box that doesn't have an empty spot in front of it? Oh, wait, no, sorry, it does have an empty spot in front of it, okay. They just don't have the empty spot marked on the, on there. And there we go, Tyler Reddick gaining 3 spots due to the pit box, due to the number 1 pit box there. Keselowski comes out second with his pit box. That's a pretty good job there. Again, I know Keselowski really wanted that number 1 pit box. And then Kyle Larson, who got a lesser pit box because he qualified a little bit further back. He ends up losing 3 spots off of that one. Alright, so there we go. We are all set up and ready for this one. Let's see. Let's see, what do we got going on? Fantasy League. Let's see, who's leading it? We got Dave Bird leading the Fantasy League right now with the first, second, 8th, and 9th best drivers possible. I mean, that is pretty close to perfect. And then his bottom is not perfect. You could use William Byron getting a couple spots. Or Denny Hamlin losing a few, but yeah, there we go. Alright, let's see. let's see. We are at... Alright, we're just chilling out. Again, we're settling in here. 95 lap second stage. That is a long second stage. Let me see. How long is that final stage going to be then? Because that final stage can't be too much longer. We have a total distance of... and we had a 90 lap stage 1 and a 95 lap stage 2. So 108 is going to be the final stage, which is good, but I don't know, it'd be interesting if the first two stages were, say, 60, 70 laps, maybe 75 laps, do 75, 75, and then the rest. Because, I mean, if your total distance is this, and let's say you go ahead and take out 150 for the first two stages, and then you have the entire second half of the race basically still there. And there we go. Terry Labonte is up in the booth. Yeah, getting to watch his classic paint scheme there with the HendrickCars.com crew, and he's got the Hendrick Cars hat from Kyle Larson there. NASCAR Hall of Famer right there, Terry Labonte. And ironically, a soon-to-be Hall of Famer next to him, Kevin Harvick. Only thing he has to do is manage to find a way to stay retired for another 2 years. And not get roped right back into racing again. Which should be fairly easy considering he's got another job in racing up in the booth now. But, yeah, here we go. Alright, here we go, and drivers to win in their 200th start, Bobby Isaac, Bobby Allison, there we go, Terry Labonte won it in his 200th start. That's pretty cool. List of drivers that Ross Chastain could match by winning the race here today. Alright, there we go. And let's see, we got Clint Boyer up in the... we got Clint Boyer, Harvick, and Joy in the booth. That's your normal crew. Yeah, and then the, hey, Terry Labonte speaking some facts up there, talking about how, some of these things with copyright, I mean, that was one of the hardest parts with, doing a throwback scheme, is trying not to get copyrighted off of doing too close to the original design. Especially if it's anything Earnhart related, because Teresa will come after you if you even so much as try and look at her at her assets when it comes to trying to design a paint scheme. And there we go. Wow. Tyler Reddick is shot out of a cannon. He is away with the lead. He gets out to a decent lead here. Keselowski and Ty Gibbs, those two are going to fight it out for the second position. But, yeah, here we go. Let's see. 10 laps into this first... we are crossing the 100-lap mark already, which is always nice to see us cross that 100-lap mark. It's always kind of that first big achievement of the day when you've got a race that's nearly 300 laps. Alright, let's see. So, looks like Hamlin and Bell both dropped back just a little bit on that cycle of pit stops. Michael McDowell lost a couple spots. Kyle Busch lost a couple of spots there as well. But, yeah, that 9 car definitely benefiting from the strategy there of pitting a little bit later, getting the tires on later. I'm assuming that's what he did, considering he gained time near the end of the run, rather than gaining the time early on in the run and then falling back and trying to avoid the free fall. Alright, here we go, here we go. Alright, let's see. So yeah, 13 laps into the stage, and again, we're just chugging away at this one. They're all getting into line. Kyle Larson into the 5th position. That's pretty far back compared to where he has been running today. William Byron managed to stop his free fall. Joey Logano manages to join the other Fords up in this fight around the top 10. As we mentioned, he was the first driver to miss out on points last time around, but yeah, that's not exactly a resounding endorsement. So there we go. Let's see. Alright, so yeah, Kyle Busch is really struggling here today. I don't know what can be done to try and help fix this thing. But yeah, Kyle Busch is way off the pace today. I will say, though, Ford looking a whole lot better than it has in recent weeks, so, I mean, hey, it is something, but, I mean, you're now this many races into the season, you should have a win by a major manufacturer that has a decent chunk of cars on on their car. Because, again, you have you have close to half the grid. And say, you should be able to put out more race wins than, well, 0. Alright, let's see again right now. Keselowski versus Truex is the featured battle. As those two are closing in. And, oh, here comes Kyle Larson going to try and make this a 3-way fight for 3rd. Gotta love a 3-way fight there for 3rd place. And, yeah, again, apologies about not getting to stream the race on yesterday. I just didn't get off work in time and had other family commitments to be at, so. Yep, 27 cars on the lead lap still. Hosts are the last of them right now. Alright, let's see again. Right now we're just working our way through this, and we got things we need to work on. The goal for today will be to try and, let's say we knock out 2. Alright, so yeah, we are just chilling out again. Here we go, let's see. We are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. We'll say I am just a tad bit hungry. The only thing I had down here wasn't chips, which I know are going to be loud and crinkly, which I don't exactly want to eat while I'm on stream. If I had something softer or quieter. But yeah, we're just chilling out here. Alright, let's see. Anything I can do about the frame droppage? No, because there's nothing over there that seems to be indicating the stream issues. Okay. Alright, let's see. So they're showing off the Coliseum and say the LA Memorial Coliseum and the Boys and Girls Club of America for an advertisement there. And there we go, UFL Saturday and Sunday. You've got Panthers and Showboats versus Showboats, and the Renegades versus the Brahmas. That's only 4 teams. They got 8 teams in the league, right? Do each team only play every other week? Or are they just only telling us about one of the games? Alright, here we go. Let's see. So again, Ty Gibbs is up into the 2nd position. He is actually doing an okay job of running and trying to run down Reddick a little bit after Reddick's initial sprint off the blocks there. You got Keselowski, who's settled his way into 3rd place, also doing an okay job of keeping it up. But, yeah. I say, Byron actually hanging on a lot better so far early into this run. Bell being the major falling point here. So yeah, again, everybody's just kind of settling into the line. Again, we got a long run here. I think a lot of people are looking to this pit stop. Probably not going to come till lap 40 or 45. Considering last time the window opened around lap 35, we got an extra 5 laps that we got to go. You can't pit too early, otherwise you might risk running out of gas, or worse, blowing a tire, because you don't want to blow a tire at this point. Alright, here we go. Whew, man. There we go, let's see. They've gone to the top of the screen running order, which I will say I actually quite like the top of the screen running order. Yeah, it kind of works everything up into that top third of the screen. And it allows them to go and show the colors, and they get to show all the way up to 16th place in one screen. And you don't risk covering over something with the, considering the only thing you really cover is the sky, probably, depending on the camera angle you use. Alright, so there we go. Oh, we got a caution. Caution flag's out. Oh, 42 is around. John Hunter Nemechek in the 42 is around. The Family Dollar car has gone around. And that is going to be the first caution for cause today, And that comes at a very interesting point, because I said I thought I think we're about 10 laps early for pit stops. But does anyone try it? That is the bigger question at this point. Does anyone feel willing to try to make something happen here? Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see. So again, the caution flag coming out for John Hunter Nemechek going around. That's going to give everybody a chance. And everybody looks like they're getting everything ready for tires here. But again, I think you're too early in the window to try and stretch the gas. Again, your tires might maybe last, but even that I think is a question mark. I don't know if the tires make it either. And, actually, you know what? I think John Hunter Nemechek here might just be able to help his team out ever so slightly with their other driver. If you can get onto that pit road, potentially leak fluid onto that pit road, make them question whether they need to wait, dry off the track a bit before they let everybody come down into the pits. It can definitely be a thing. Alright, there we go. Oh, he completely crashed on entry to the pit. So not only did he didn't try and leak fluid, he went and just stopped on entry to pit road. So now they got to send a tow truck and an ambulance out to the pit road entrance. That's going to clog up the track. That's going to burn a couple laps off. That is definitely something. Alright, here we go. Let's see. So they've got they're highlighting the number 6 team for the pit crew there. This number 6 team, they've looked good, and I'm really surprised that they haven't won a race in the Brad Keselowski era. I mean, they've just been so fast, and they've got a lot of championship pedigree. I mean, looking at their crew guys and looking at the descriptions of them, I mean, there were multiple Daytona 500 and series champions on that list. And, yeah. Ever since Brad Keselowski got there, they just have not been able to make much happen. And I say, Brad Keselowski's led one lap here today so far. And again, pit road should be opening here soon. Come on. Oh, there we go. Reconnected successfully. There we go. go. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? So, again, 35 laps in. They got... That would be 50 laps to the checkers, right? Or is that more? That might be... Is that 50, 60 laps to the checkers? That is a lot of laps still to go. And here we go. Everybody's coming down pit road pretty much unanimously, so they must be able to see something here. Yeah, 60 laps to go, and no chance they make it right. I mean, 60 laps has got to be outside the window. But here we go. Here comes the 45, the 54, the 19, and the number 6. All coming down for 4 tires and fuel. Ty Gibbs looks to be on track for potentially the first car out of the pits. He's gonna beat the 6. Can he beat the 45? No, nobody's beating the 45. Wow. 45 crew was on fire there, and oh no, somebody not able to get out of the pits or realized there was an issue and had to back up. But yeah, that number 45 team though, Tyler Reddick absolutely flew with getting that pit stall done. Alright, there we go. Alright, there we go. Oh no, is my stuff dying again? Oh yeah, we're dropping frames, and a lot of them. Alright, I've got no idea what to do because, again, my internet is just my internet. This connection's just been stupid. Yeah, you can pretty easily see that this Wi-Fi is not an improvement. Alright, let's try unhardwiring. See if that maybe increases speed, even though there's no real reason why it should. Yeah, I got no idea why my stream's bitrate is this terrible. Alright, that is going to completely shut down my internet for a moment. We are going to potentially lose you guys, but then we should improve. Alright, there we go. That has improved it, hopefully, enough to not be skipping all over the place. Alright, so there we go, and we're back from commercial break. Everybody's out here, and I will say, the throwback schemes actually look pretty good this year, and even the ones that aren't technically throwbacks still look pretty solid. Then you got the classic Ally number 48 Lowe's machine. I will say, I wish that the 34 had picked a better car to throw back to. And they have so many better schemes that they could have thrown it back to. I mean, granted, not as many of them are would have been true throwbacks, but they would have fit the time period at least. Alright, there we Let's see. So we got Keselowski and Reddick on row 1. Row 2 is Truex and Gibbs. Row 3, Byron, Blaney. Logano and Larson, row 4. And row 5 is Bubba and Busher. As they go green, green, green. Green flags out. We are back to racing. With 57 laps to go? 50-something laps to go here as they go green flag racing. And Reddick's away with the lead. And once again, oh, we got to stack up in the middle of the field. Oh, whoa, that's going to be a caution. Yep, caution flag flies as Ryan Blaney had some kind of issue. Not sure if it was a flat tire or something else getting up to speed as an issue, but yeah, something went wrong with Ryan Blaney's car, and it just stacked up basically the entire top line there. And yeah, here comes Ryan Blaney into a closed pit road to try and see what happened. But yeah, that just gave some people a massive advantage and a massive disadvantage to others. And I have no idea how they how that wasn't a bigger wreck. Okay, let's see. So Blaney was row 3 here. What happened? They push. He goes into the corner. Truex slides through there, but doesn't make significant contact. Oh, yep, there he goes and makes a little bit of contact there, and must have cut a tire on the 12 or something. I just have no idea. I mean, again, like, yeah, the 19 definitely made contact with the. Yeah, the 19 definitely made contact with the 12 before the incident, but they aren't making contact when he wiggles. And then, so it's almost like the 19 just went and sliced the tire or something. And yeah, now we have another one of those. There we go. Let's see. All right. All right, let's see. Let's see. So they've got Martin Truex Jr. on pit road. They're trying to fix that car, pull out the front bumper here. Uh-oh. Did I just see Brian Keselowski's window net down? Or was that just his hand waving or flapping around? Could be that he just had his hand out the window trying to signal somebody. Okay, yeah, no, the Sixers car looks all good. Never mind. Continue. But yeah, a lot of these cars looking pretty good. And there goes Truex. He's gonna try and get this thing fixed up, but yeah, again, I have no idea what caused that. And again, there was just a massive stack of guys like Chris Buescher ending up just parts of the calamity. Alright, there we go. Let's see. Wow. Well, we're back up to 3 people watching, so thank you guys for tuning back in. I know we've been having some internet issues. I wish there was a way I could guarantee that they weren't going to keep happening, but yep, there we go. Alright, let's see. Alright. Alright, they've got a Goodyear commercial here, and that usually, if it's a NASCAR themed commercial, usually it's 1 to 2 commercials left before the end of the commercial break. Let's see. Nope, they go to a Wendy's commercial. Never mind. Let's see. Alright, let's see. Alright, so here we go. I will say this caution flag will help a lot of these drivers be able to get to where they were trying to go with the fuel saving. Because, yeah, that first caution flag for John Hunter Nemechek, again, I said I thought it came too early. This caution flag might be the thing that helps him. And Buescher manages to stay out and actually stays in position. I'd be shocked if that's not going to hold him back in the long run here. And yeah, I'm still not entirely sold on exactly what caused that 12 car to lose complete control. Because again, he took a wobble, but usually that wobble isn't the thing that kills you. But, yeah. Alright, Ryan Blaney gonna go ahead and try and catch back up to the back of the field here, but he does not look... Oh, no, is he coming back to pit road? He is coming back to pit road, it looks like. Oh. Uh-oh. No, Ryan Blaney went past the time limit on the damaged vehicle policy and is being thrown out of the race. There we go. Pace car is in, and we are going green, green, green. Green flag is out. We are back to racing, but Ryan Blaney was just disqualified from the race as he took too long to fix up that damage on his car to try and make it drivable. And the damaged vehicle policy strikes again. DVP. Alright, so here we go. Let's see. Byron up into the 4th place position, so my pick not looking too bad there. I mean, I know I went out on a real limb picking William Byron to win a race. I mean, it would only be his 4th race of the spring, which is a lot, but not all that unusual for a Hendrick car. Then you got Bubba Wallace, Joey Logano trading spots there for 6th and battling it out for 6th. And now here we go. You got the battle between Ty Gibbs and Brad Keselowski fighting it out for the 2nd position here. Those two continue to fight, and Ty Gibbs continues to win that fight. And now that those two are getting out the are getting out of each other's way, hopefully a little bit sooner than last time. Reddick can hopefully not get away as far before these guys start being able to match Reddick's speed. Alright, here we go. Let's see. You got the 1 of Chastain, the 20 of Bell fighting it out for position as well. Now I'm having a little bit further back here, but let's see. Michael McDowell up into the top 12. Let's go! He's up to 12. It's about time we started seeing some speed from Michael McDowell. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, and this is a track I feel like he should be a lot better at, but maybe 2022 just has me thinking that we're a lot better than we are at this track. So here we go. Let's see. So yeah, 2 cautions now in this stage, and 1 for the stage end. So between those 3 cautions, we have had a total of 6 lead changes and 6 different leaders to have led the race. Current leader is Tyler Reddick, who has led for 80 laps out of the 140 completed so far. And I am going to get the heater started because, for whatever reason, it's chilly down here. Hopefully, it won't be too loud for you guys. Alright, there we go. Okay, that is actually blowing pretty loud, so we'll just turn that off. Alright, there we go. And now we've got William Byron and Kyle Larson going to be trying to run down the cars in front of them. The 2 of them hopefully can work together a little bit better than Gibbs and Keselowski will, and be able to run them down. Gibbs is staying within 1 second of the leader, though. He's staying pretty close. Close enough that if Reddick makes even a small mistake, Gibbs will be there to pounce. Alright, here we go. Let's see. So Kyle Larson led 15 laps on the day. And let's see. Hey, there we go. Chase Elliott and Eric Jones both up into the top 20. 43 laps to go here in stage number 2. If you guys play the NASCAR fantasy game, now would be your time to go and potentially make your change your lineup. This is about as normal as the leaderboard is going to end up looking. And yeah. So there we go. Alright, let's see. Man. Alright, let's see what's going on here. So again, the fact that I'm still not a fan of the damaged vehicle policy, and I will continue to say this, but the fact that the damaged vehicle policy forces these teams to send out half repaired race cars to try and complete laps, to try and clear the damaged vehicles policy so they can come back down and do the work right. The fact that that is happening, definitely is not the best. I don't see any reason why, if a team can do the job correctly, why we should be putting them on a time limit to get that done, and then making them basically send out a half-repaired race car to try and run fast enough to clear the clock so they can come in and do it right. Yeah, you could theoretically, I feel like it should just be a thing that there is no clearing the clock. I feel like when it comes to the damaged vehicle policy, it should just be like, okay, well, you have X amount of time to be working on the race car that isn't, while you're fueling or doing tires. I feel like that would be a fair change potentially to the damaged vehicle policy. There we go. Alright, let's see. Just chilling out. Alright, we're at a full commercial break, which means we get some time to just kind of relax here. Alright, well, we are just chilling out. They got Clint Boyer going around the infield. I don't know if this is part of an advertisement for 5 Hour Energy or is this part of the broadcast. Considering they're circling the 5 Hour Energy, maybe it's a 5 Hour Energy commercial, but nope, looks like this is just part of the broadcast because they're talking about asking people to send them their tailgates. Alright, yep, there we go. And we're now back to the broadcast. 33 laps to go in this second stage here, and we've been making pretty decent progress on this one. Yeah, thank you guys for... And, of course, my thing goes down. Oh, and we're back. Okay. Let's try and avoid having that continually going down. Oh, wow, we are 11 subscribers away from 2,600 subscribers. Let's go. 11 subs away. Alright, let's see. 31 laps to go. Bubba Wallace up in the top 10. There's a positive. Michael McDowell and Todd Gillen both hanging on to top 15 runs here. And, yeah, let's see. Alright. Josh Berry doing a throwback to Bobby Labonte's old late model car that he drove to, or that, not Bobby Labonte, doing a throwback to Rodney Childers' crew chief's late model car. There we go. Alright, so there we go. We're starting to finally hit our stride. So, Barry's actually up in the top 10 as well. So, right now, Ford's got, what, 4 cars. Yeah, 4 cars, top 10 for Ford. Which is more than they theoretically should have if you split the field half and half. Or into thirds for that. Go Chevy, Toyota, Ford, Chevy, Toyota, Ford, Chevy, Toyota, Ford. Because if you do that, then you would have 4 Chevys, 3 Toyotas, and 3 Fords. I guess technically you can do the same split and just have only the required amount of Chevys and Toyotas, although there are 4 Toyotas as well and just 2 Chevys in the top 10, which are the Larson and Byron cars in 4th and 5th right now. Actually pretty impressed that we haven't had any issues on we haven't had any major wrecks on track. I mean, we had the one incident for with John Hunter Nemechek, and we had the stack up with Blaney and Truex, but other than that, the race has actually been fairly tame and fairly controlled. 27 laps to go in stage number 2, and I guarantee that is not going to stay that way. But yeah, Todd Gilliland got all the way up into 4th place there. That's not bad. And doing a throwback to his own late model tour car for Todd Gilliland. I will say that number 38 font is pretty cool. Still not a fan of this 34 car. I mean, I love seeing Michael McDowell. I wish we were running up front. But honestly, I wouldn't want us to win in that car, because that car is not one of those that I want to see as a race win diecast, and I definitely want to see a world where Michael McDowell wins another a race on a track that isn't a super speedway or road course. Although winning on those tracks are cool. And especially on the super speedways, it's flat, it's big, it's flashy. And there we go. Oh, they're tied to Ryan Blaney. I want to see this. Okay, here we go. Towards it, but obviously frustrated. What happened from his perspective? All right, let's see. And 3 wide. So he was 3 wide. He got tagged. And then just kind of watching the stack up, so using up a little bit more racetrack than he thought he was. And an unfortunate set of circumstances. Finally got up to the 6th position. Made up really good ground, and he thought he had something to work with. So yeah. And I'd say this Blaney interview is pretty. I mean, honestly, it was pretty standard. I was curious if he was gonna start throwing blame at people, because he had finally kind of had a good day going and then had it taken away from him. Oh, we got to spin! And it's there goes 71 car of Zane Smith, who goes around. Another solo car spin, but no significant damage to anybody in this one. 4th caution of the day, 22 laps to go. I expect everybody on pit road for fuel and tires here, but I mean, there is just, they're managing to get away with these cautions without really having any real casualties. Dropped. And reconnected. Alright. And here we go. Let's see. 21 laps to go. And again, I anticipate we're going to see every single driver here come down for 4 tires. Alright, what happened? So he just got loose off the corner and just spun all by himself. No contact, nobody even really close to him, which is how we managed to have a car crash with only 1 spin. So there we go. Alright, so yeah, we're just chilling here. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. Again, apologies for the stream quality issues. Yeah, the stream's been cutting in and out, I know. So there's the 71. And yeah, it looks like they're potentially talking with him. Maybe he just needs a push. Or maybe the tow truck will actually have to go and tow him back. It's hard to tell sometimes if there's internal damage, or if the rear tires. Yeah, there we go. The rear tires being flat. He's got two flats on the right side. So he's going to need some help getting back to the pits if he's going to have any shot. But I don't know if they're even going to let him try and fight his way back to the pits. He may just end up getting towed back to the pits, and if he gets a tow, that will eliminate him from the race. Because that's one of the rules of the damaged vehicle policy, is that you got to actually be able to drive your own car back to the pit box. In the next commercial break, I might try and have a few chips, because I do need something for food, because I am really hungry. But here we go. So Ty Gibbs getting his fuel and tires done here. Let's see. He's the earliest of the front runners on pit road. The other three are all further down. Kyle Larson only a little bit ahead of the 54. And the 54 clears the 5 by a decent chunk coming out of pit road. And now it's time to see what the 6 and the 45 can do. The 6 is gonna be close to the 54 coming out, and it's gonna be Brad. No, what? How did Reddick win that race off pit road? I gotta see this replay again. I thought Brad Keselowski had just won the race off pit road. Nope, it was Reddick, Ty Gibbs, Keselowski, the top 3. Then Joey Logano 4th. Alright, well, I'm wrong. I thought Brad Keselowski managed to sneak that one out. Here we go. Alright. There we go. Got a little bit of food in me at least. Alright, how is everybody doing? We got ourselves a decent group watching here. Let's see. We're still at commercial, so nothing too crazy happening. Alright, so yeah, we're just chilling here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Actually, this caution flag is a great chance for everybody to go and check their lineups. It'll slow everybody down, give everybody a chance to go ahead and check your fantasy lineups if you guys play the NASCAR fantasy game. Alright, I'm pretty safe with Eric Jones in my garage there. Alright, here we go. Nope, I'm good on that lineup. I've got a couple of different lineups for the different groups I'm in, but so I always have to double check all of them. But no, that one looked good. I gotta check the big one. That's part of the NASCAR the NASCAR, whatchamacallit, the NBC Beat the Broadcasters group. That one's always a fun one to take part in, although I'm never very good at this one. And my priority is always to try and be the best in my one with the friends, family, and now you guys as well. Alright, here we go. And now the pace car is off and we are racing. Green, green, green. Green flag's out. 16 laps to go here. Let's go. 16 to go, and let's go ahead and skip those ads. And here we go. The 45 on the top side. The 6, though, putting up a very good fight on that inside line. He's got another Ford Mustang Dark Horse behind him, but now Logano pulls up into that outside line. But this is the closest the 6 has been to actually winning the fight between him and the 45 all day long. The 45 on the outside, the 6 on the inside, and they make a little bit of contact there. Keselowski potentially trying to turn in behind him. Not sure if he thought he was clear or if he was trying to kind of door check him there. But regardless of whatever it did, they are still side by side, and it looks like Reddick is going to just about eke out this one, but certainly not the dominating restarts that he's had the last couple of times. Alright, so there we go. And now the 24th William Byron passes Kyle Larson for the 5th position as they fall into line. And yeah, I mean, this is the best shot Keselowski's had to try and lead the race for a decent chunk of time. All the way up into the 2nd position, just not able to get that lead. Alright, here we go. Following live scoring. Yeah, no, I'm going to leave Kyle Busch out of that lineup. Alright, let's see. 13 to go, and yeah, Noah Gragson trying to hold off the 38 of Todd Gilliland. Yeah, Alex Bowman in the Ally colors trying to make something happen. Alright, there we go. I'm good with that lineup, and that means I just got one last lineup I gotta check. But here we go, 11 laps to go. Should be pretty good. Boom, boom, boom. And this is my wild card one, where I just kind of throw together picks that I don't think will work, but might have a shot. And let's see. Yeah, we'll go ahead and bench him. Doesn't feel right to bench him, but he has not had the kind of day I expected he would. Alright, so there we go. Got that all settled in. Gonna go sign back into my primary account, where I actually play with all you guys so I can track my own personal progress. And here we go. Tyler Reddick is still leading this one. He's led 119 laps today. We are inside of 10 laps to go in this stage. Does Keselowski have anything he can do to try and power past Reddick? That's going to be a tough one for him to try and just straight up outpower Reddick at this point. I mean, we've known that the Fords are a little bit behind the pace of the other two manufacturers this year for whatever reason. But yeah, there we go. We got that all set up. Also, if you guys collect the NASCAR fan reward points, you guys can go ahead and collect those points anytime during the race or in the immediate aftermath of the race. You gotta just make sure you get them before they shut down the leaderboard for the race. You check in for that, you get yourself 50 points. And for those of you guys who may not have heard of the NASCAR Fan Reward system before, the NASCAR Fan Reward system is a system that NASCAR came up with a year or two ago. And I think the goal was to try and drive more interaction with the app itself. So they award bonus points for stuff like checking in on the races, playing fantasy. They also have a weekly quiz that you guys can go ahead and answer and earn points. This week's is actually just checking out an article that they posted on NASCAR.com, but each week it's usually a quiz, but that gets you some extra points as well as like 100 other small things like buying tickets to the racetrack or buying NASCAR merch on the NASCAR shop. So there's a bunch of different ways to go ahead and get some points, and you can use them towards stuff like autographed diecast race tickets to your next NASCAR race, or and much more. So again, check out that. Not sponsored or anything, but just they're giving away free stuff, and I think if you guys like free stuff, because I really like free stuff, so I would assume that you guys like free stuff as well. And if they're going to offer the free stuff, might as well try and get as many people as possible to go ahead and take advantage of free stuff. As we got 5 laps to go, speaking of free stuff, who's in the free pass? John Hunter Nemechek's in position for the free passes. We've got 33 cars back on the lead lap. Basically all the lapping cars that we did in the first stage from the green flag pit stop and all that stuff is out the water now with all these caution flags. Legitimately every single car back on the lead lap outside of Zane Smith, who's out of the who's out of the race, and the driver of the and the driver of the 12 who got damaged vehicle policy out of the race earlier. Alright, there we go. Alright, so here we go. 2 laps to go. Reddick looks like he's going to be safe again, barring any sort of major catastrophe. I think Reddick should be safe as they come to the white flag for stage 1. The battles on track, though, are definitely all over the place. It depends on where you're looking. And right now they're showing Chase Elliott in the 16th position, potentially, trying to, let's see, is he trying to catch Noah Gragson? Okay. But here we go. White flag is out for Tyler Reddick as they start the final lap of stage number 2. And this stage originally was looking like it was going to be a fuel mileage and or tire saving stage with the first caution of the stage. Then we had a second caution which made it look like it was going to be a little easier, and then a third caution which absolutely removed any need to save fuel because they came back down for a second set of tires. So there we go, and green and white checkers are out. Reddick wins stage 2. And, yeah, there we go. Reddick, Keselowski, Gibbs, Logano, and Kyle Larson finishing inside the top 5. Byron, Buescher, Denny Hamlin, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, the other drivers earning points, and Chase Briscoe, unlucky number 11, the first driver outside of the points battle. So there we go. We got that all settled out, and, yeah, stage 2 is now over, and we got ourselves a 108 lap stage of the checkers. Thank you guys, by the way, for everybody that's checking out the stream. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Oh, man. But, yeah, we've had a pretty good day so far today. But, yeah, let's see. let's see. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I'm trying to get some food in me because I am really hungry. It's already 5 o'clock, wow. Did not realize it was already time for the sun to potentially be on down, although I can still see sunlight coming in the window out there. Alright, they got a clip from the Happy Hour podcast. I've actually been enjoying the Kevin Harvick Happy Hour podcast when I get a chance to listen to it. Alright, there we go. So Reddick, Keselowski, and Gibbs have kind of been the consistent three at the front of the field. Larson and Byron have been pretty consistent as well. So if you've got those guys in your lineup, good on you. If you have Logano in your lineup, you're a madman, but it's paying off right now as he's in 4th place and got some good stage points there for you. And if you guys were a believer in the Kyle Busch potential bounce back, I don't know where you were getting that from, but yeah, he's not bouncing back this week. And the Blaney hype train obviously didn't pay off with the crash that he was involved in, despite he was actually one of the more consistent drivers. Yep, the front 4 of this race in Stage 1 and Stage 2, you had 17, 17, and 17 points for Reddick, Keselowski, and Gibbs. And then you had Larson earning 16 points. As I say, I don't think you could have scripted that any better unless Larson had been able to get up in front of Logano up to 4th place, and legitimately you would have had 4 drivers tied at 17 points on the day, and nobody else would have double digits in terms of points earned. Alright, so here we go. The 5 and the... the 5 actually got out ahead of the 54 here. Good pit stop for the 5 team. That 54 car is now getting boxed in. And... oh, yep, Ty Gibbs loses 3 spots as William Byron gains 3. So here we go. Reddick, Keselowski, the first 2 off of pit road. Then there was a bit of a gap. Byron manages to get out ahead of his teammate on the pit road there. So William Byron up to the 3rd spot. 4th was going to be, I believe it was Kyle Larson there. another commercial break. We got a nice long bit until we go back to racing. But yeah, Larson comes out inside the. So it was Logano fourth, then Kyle Larson comes out fifth. Alright, there we go. Got that all done. Alright, so we got 5 people hanging out in chat. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright. So we have NASCAR studio talking about those top 3, Reddick, Keselowski, and Byron. Yeah, right now, Byron is definitely the biggest wild card, I think, up here, because he's been fast, but he hasn't really been consistent at the front. And in fact, he's actually struggled to stay at the front, but he's shown speed at times at the front, so it's kind of a toss-up as to whether or not he'll have that speed at the end. Alright, well, let's watch. Keselowski. I still think Byron's a one to watch here. If they don't mention Byron, I'll take Byron. If not, I'll give you guys another one to watch after they get done theirs. So, oh, yep, there's William Byron. He was Kevin Harvick's one to watch. Alright, well, I will give you guys another one to watch at the end of their picks. So, Logano's another one to watch. Been off most of the day, but towards the end of that after that final caution for Zane Smith, he looked right back to normal. I'll take a one to watch. Watch Tyler Reddick absolutely decimate the field on these restarts. I mean, he was absolutely rocket shipping it. Up until this final restart, he still manages to scrape by with a he still manages to scrape by to the lead with a restart that was good enough, but up until that last restart, he had been absolutely lights out on the restarts. No question he was going to get clear. And yeah, that's a nice, easy one to do, but it didn't seem like there was any restriction outside of maybe not talking about the leader of the race, which, I mean, he's always one to watch. And here we go, they're all doubled up. Keselowski, Reddick on the front row. Larson, Byron on row 2. Row 3 will be Hamlin, Logano. Row 4, Buescher and Gibbs. Row 5, Berry and Bubba Wallace. Briscoe and Chastain make up row 6. Row 7 is Cindric and Gragson. LaJoie and Gilliland make up row number 8. Row 9 is Michael McDowell and Alex Bowman. Harrison Burton and Justin Haley making up row number 10. And here we go. Green flag is going to be out. Pace car dives for cover, and it is going to be green. Green flag's out. We are back to racing. Let's see. Is Reddick going to get one of those rocket restarts, or is Keselowski going to be able to stay close enough, or potentially even is Keselowski good enough to beat him? No, 3 wide on On the bottom, Kyle Larson making the move to try and take it to Reddick. He wants to be the guy to try and go for it. And now Byron takes him 3 wide and allows Reddick to get even further away. Not able to stick the move at all, but I love the enthusiasm from William Byron as he goes and takes his teammate 3 wide. Ultimately stalls out Kyle Larson's momentum and allows Brad Keselowski to settle into the second position. Reddick was able to get away with that one. And I say, not his best restart, but he gets clear by about 2/3 of a second after the first lap. Solid enough. Get clear by 2, 3, 4 car lengths, and yeah, you can just kind of relax for a bit. But yeah, again, Chase Elliott's been really off today. I thought he might improve over the course of the day, but no, he just hasn't. And yeah, we got just under 100 laps to go, and we're working our way through it. We got Noah Gragson up into the 12th position as he continues to go on by everybody. Oh wow, he barely puts that block on his teammate in the 14 of Noah Greg's of Chase Briscoe here. And here we go. Now you got Byron solidifying, having to battle him with Logano after his over-aggressive move earlier in the race. And ooh, speaking of over-aggressive, the 48 of Alex Bowman just tried to make a move, and the 55 came down for a very last moment block. And I'm saying the two ran into each other corner on corner. I'm kind of amazed that they didn't crash there. Just a bit of a testament to the driving skill of both of them. I mean, there is no question that both Justin Haley and Alex Bowman are very talented race car drivers. Alright, so there we go. We are settling in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. So Corey LaJoie out inside the top 20 there. Good day for LaJoie, though. The fact that he is able to hold on to that top 20 in a week where it was announced that he will have a new veteran teammate next year as opposed to the 2 rookies he's got now. Which also means there's going to be more pressure on him to perform next year because you can't rely on the fact that, well, I'm the veteran leader of this team because, well, you're not the only veteran at the team next year. In fact, you'll have a driver who has wins and playoff appearances on their record. In addition to, I believe, more Cup Series starts. I'd have to go ahead and look at the numbers, but I would assume that Michael McDowell, I mean, he's been racing since 2008 in the Cup Series, so I would imagine that he has more Cup starts than Corey LaJoie, who only got the Cup around 2017, 2018-ish. So, definitely think Michael McDowell is certainly a step up for that team in terms of drivers that they've got. And now they're showing the restart here. And honestly, they're calling this protecting the lead. I'm calling this, everybody else fighting behind him. I mean, as I say, Reddick made absolutely no move to actually protect that lead. All he did was get a very good restart and just take off there. He's led 144 laps today, a career high for Tyler Reddick, leading 144 laps. He's still got to lead a ton more though if he wants to win the race. All right, here we go. Let's see. What do we got for positioning? Just kind of looking for any other storylines that we haven't really covered on today, because I like to try and talk about some of the guys you might not hear about on the broadcast. Hear about your Josh Berrys, your Chase Briscoes, maybe the unlikely rise of a Leland Honeyman Jr. or a Caden Honeycutt in the Truck Series, like at Kansas last week. Because at Kansas last week, you had you had a guy named Caden Honeycutt who was able to go up there and run right inside the top 5. And in fact, did he finish? He finished 4th, right? Like, I'm not just misremembering that, right? Caden Honeycutt. Yeah, he finished 4th in the number 45 car or 45 truck last week. And then Ross Chastain won in that truck this week to kind of show him up a little bit. But hey, you know what? He's human. He's not a veteran driver. He's not even full-time this season. I think it's fair to give him a bit of a break. Alright, let's see. We got... Just kind of looking at the truck finishing order because I didn't get a chance to see it a ton. There was a big wreck right after I hopped off the stream because it was getting late. But, yeah, okay, so Sanchez came up 2nd. Ben Rhodes 3rd, Eckes 4th, and Majeski comes home inside the top 5. So, I mean, again, it's not like Ford doesn't have talented drivers in the Truck Series, or Cole Custer in the Xfinity Series. But, yeah, they just haven't been able to find victory lane in any NASCAR series this year. Truck Xfinity or Cup, they're over 38 now, if I'm not mistaken. And they're definitely 0 for a lot of them at this point. And honestly, today, outside of Brad Keselowski, I don't know if you've got a Ford that could contend for the win today. I mean, I think Keselowski definitely could on a restart, but you gotta really look outside of that if you really want to have a safe, quote-unquote, safe chance. Alright, there we go. But yeah, legitimately though, everybody fighting it out for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th has really just helped the 45 just drive away on these ones. Now, granted, again, he has a very good car to be able to take advantage of it, but yeah. So here we go, let's see. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see. So yeah, I mean, Reddick is definitely, again, Reddick's got an amazing car, and I'm not taking anything away from him by saying he's an amazing driver, but yeah, on the restarts, if these guys could find a way to not mess each other up, they would put up a much better fight against Tyler Reddick at this point. Let's see. Alright, well, let's see. Well, my buddy at the track is clearly drunk, considering he's going on the good old rant about how NASCAR is going to be dead in 5 years. Definitely not. We're definitely kind of slumping back into the eras of dominance, but we've always had that. I mean, looking back to years gone by, I mean, the Coke 600 a couple years ago, absolutely decimated by Kyle Larson, absolutely decimated by Kyle Busch, thoroughly thrashed by Martin Truex Jr. in 2016 and 2017 up until the overtime restart. I mean, yeah. Alright, let's see. Again, right now, Reddick's maintaining about a 4-second lead over Keselowski. And, yeah, they're basically, everybody's just kind of minding their own pace here. This is definitely one of those tracks, and we're starting to get into that conversation at this point that, of breaking this stage up into 3. You want to probably go till about lap 35 to 40. Then you might want to consider pitting. Go pit around 35 to 40. Then you pit it at around 65, 70, maybe even 80 if you want to go 40-40 on that. And then you have a final 28 lap stint to the checkers on very fresh tires. Or you split it up more evenly. You go 35, 70, and then you go from 70, you go the final 38 to the checkers. Slightly longer on that final run. I would probably prefer you go 40 on at least one of those two pit strategies here. Let's say you go 40 now, then 35 on the next one. That would allow you to end up going, that would put you at 75 laps completed, which would put you at 75 out of 108. Means you would have, you'd have a little over 30 laps to go when you take that final set of tires. Alright, let's see. Just hanging out. We got we're at 222 laps completed. Wow. 222s. Not quite on a Tuesday, though. this chat at this point because he is not making any sense. Alright, so there we go. And oh boy, you got Chastain falling a little bit further back here. Let's see, is he going to lose another spot here to that red car on the top side? That's the 10 of Noah Gragson, and it looks like it, but they're not going to show it to us because they cut back to Tyler Reddick running the 45 around this track. But yeah, we are definitely getting into that window. Everybody's gone 35 laps, or everybody's made it 40 laps now. The question is, how much further do they go? Do they try it? And it's like, nobody should be trying to go 50. 45 it may be, and then hope for a late yellow would be what you'd maybe be hoping for. But here we go. The lead is, the lead has been cut. Reddick caught lap traffic, and the lead has been cut to nothing. Keselowski is there. He is alongside Reddick for the lead of the race. Yep. And we got pit stops upcoming too. This is the exact worst spot. Oh, contact for the lead. The 6 and the 45 making a difference here. They're actually doing pretty good at fighting this one out for the lead. But here we go. Let's see. And yep, there goes the 6 all the way to the bottom, trying to make it 3 wide for the lead at Darlington Raceway. And Brad Keselowski is gonna win the lead at least, not the race necessarily. But hey, you know what? A Ford leading this late in the race, that is something to be excited about. There we go. Keselowski and a good old Ford out in front of the field. Tyler Reddick falls to second here. Let's see if these two are going to end up getting into any kind of battle that drags Larson and or Byron back into this before pit stops. Again, pit window's been open for a little while now. We got a couple of guys coming to pit road at the back half of the field. Question is, when will one of these guys inside the top 15 or 20 potentially bite this bullet and go for the pit stop? I'd be curious to see. Because, yeah, as of right now, I think you potentially... Yep, there goes Stenhouse to pit road. Again, I don't know if that's enough to start dragging some of these top 15 guys to the pits. We'll have to wait and see. I kind of want to... I don't know. Like, that's where I'm torn on what the right strategy is. Like... Give me 2 cars and I will play both strategies. I'll play the pitting earlier and I'll play the pitting later strategy. But if I have just 1 car, I don't know if I... Again, at this point, you've gone the 45. I would be pitting... I'd pit now, try and start the... I would want to try and start the cycle here. I'd pit now, go 45, then go a shorter second stint to try and cover yourself in case of a green flag run to the checker, because you don't want to be pitting with like 8 laps to go and end up not having any time on those fresh tires. Chris Buescher comes to pit road. Buescher, 45 laps into this run, comes down pit road, and now you've got some movement. We'll have to wait and see if this drags any of these other cars to the lead, cars to pit road, but that is the first car to come down pit road for a pit stop. And here we go. 42 laps now run since the last pit, and here we go. So only 42 laps. So, oh yeah, because some of the laps under the stage were run before they came for pit road. So they made it to 40. Okay, that's not bad. Again, that's right about where I said that I thought that they should be on the upper end. So they're actually making a pretty good time on the stops here. So you go 40 here, then you'll pit your second time around what, like 85, lap 85 on this run, and then have like a 23 lap dash to the checkers. I mean, 23 lap dash to the checkers on tires, that's about what these tires can do while they're good before they go bad on you. I'm just kind of surprised that the Buescher coming to pit road didn't drag anybody else. Are they really going to try and do 45 laps on this set of tires, I mean, at that point, you might even just try and one stop it. Try and go one stop now and then one stop later, or one stop now and then run the final 50 laps out on one set of tires. Question is, can you make it another 10 laps without pitting? And here comes another car to pit road. Not sure. Pretty sure it's a lap car here. Yeah, it's a lap car. Coming to pit road. But, yeah, that would be an interesting strategy to see if any of these drivers potentially try and make something happen. You run it as long as you humanly can. And then you come to pit road with like 50 laps to go. Try and stretch it the other 50 to the checkers. Again, it would be a stretch, but I can mathematically see it happening. Alright, let's see. Kaz Gralla throwing it back to Parnelli Jones, who, and his Trans Am Series car from the 1969 season. And speaking of Kaz Gralla, he's about to get lapped. Which makes it a great time for them to have talked about his throwback scheme, because at least it's going to get some TV time right now while Keselowski tries to pass it. And there we go, Ryan Preece comes to pit road. Is Ryan Preece going to be enough to draw some of the leaders to pit road? We saw Buescher's pit stop not do it, which I thought Buescher's pit stop should have done it. And here we go. Here comes Eric Jones. And oh, Kyle Larson's got in trouble. Kyle Larson's in trouble with the wall. Kyle Larson has some trouble with the wall. There we go. And, uh-oh. There's Cliff Daniels down on the pit box. And, yep, here we go. Here comes the 5 car to the pits. And he is going to hopefully not have too much damage on that car. Cliff Daniels coming down to investigate the damage. And he's going to actually hold the tire for the crew so that he can... and then he's going to get up on the wall. And no, he's not going to go... I thought he might have one of the tire carriers potentially get up on the wall and let him go run around to the other side to see it. But, yeah, here we go. Reddick to pit road. Larson definitely was the one that's going to break the straw, because there we go. Josh Berry comes to pit road. And, yep, everybody else is starting to come. Ty Gibbs came down. And, yeah, there we go. Let's say a lot of contact happening there. So far, the 6 car. Oh, yep, here comes the 6 car to pit road. Oh, big smoke show there as he comes into the pits. Hopefully he got slowed down enough to avoid a penalty. We'll have to wait and see on that one. What the speedometers clock him at as he came in. Joe Logano comes to pit road. William Byron still out there running. Same thing with Denny Hamlin. Michael McDowell's the other driver who has opted to stay out at this point. Bo Wallace and Alex Bowman have both come to pit road. Corey LaJoy has not. Corey LaJoy has stayed out to run with his soon-to-be teammate between him and Michael McDowell. And here we go. Hocevar, the other Spire Motorsports driver, will stay out there. So you got 3 Spire Motorsports drivers out there in the top 5 for the moment. Alright, let's see. So yeah, so far the drivers who have stayed out, you've got Byron, Hamlin, McDowell, Gilliland, Hocevar, Suarez, and Hemrick are the... so only the top 7 have yet to pit. Austin Dillon, I believe, is on pit road currently. And, yeah, they're starting to cycle out here, and, yep, there we go. Austin Dillon comes to pit road. And, yeah, we've got ourselves the top 7. Top 7 haven't pit. Now LaJoy comes to pit road. Michael McDowell comes to pit road. Hemrick comes to pit road. That's 3 more drivers. Byron and Hamlin also come into pit road. And that's going to leave Hocevar and Suarez as the only drivers out there who have yet to pit. And let's see. Is it going to be... Those 2 stay out. Those 2 opt to stay out. And honestly, Hocevar's proven that you can do it. I mean, they've gone 52 laps. They got 53 to go. Theoretically, this could be a one-stop race. Question is whether or not one stop or two stops is faster. I mean, it's going to be hard to imagine winning this race with an extra pit stop, but I mean, the speed on fresh tires has been there. So, theoretically, I'd say it's possible. So far, Derek Kraus also has not pit, but he's further back in traffic still, even though he has one less pit stop on them. But Hocevar and Suarez, again, those two have made it all the way to 52 to go, and they can now pit and theoretically go the other half distance to the checkers without a pit stop. Again, it would be a tough sell to try and sell me on that as a strategy, but I could be convinced of it. You just got to show me enough data that backs up that, hey, these two stops that everybody else is taking isn't going to be faster here. But yeah, Hocevar with only 4 career truck wins to his name comes to pit road as a Cup Series rookie. And we'll see if this strategy pays off for him. Again, Suarez still out there. Suarez still running there, and Keselowski has inherited the lead over Tyler Reddick, Ty Gibbs. Then you've got Chris Buescher. Kyle Larson's the next driver on fresh tires behind that. Alright, here we go. But yeah, I'm starting to think that we might see some guys trying to make it the rest of the race without a pit stop here. Kyle Busch and Chase Elliott up into the top 15 here. Kyle Busch up to 12. There we go. That's a good sign. And there we go. Some highlights of some of the Darlington stripes as they go to commercial break. So there we go. Alright, let's see. Well, we are just chilling here. Thank you guys. Wow, we got 9 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuned in for the live stream. We got ourselves... we are starting to get into that home stretch of the race. We got about 40 laps to go. Alright, there we go. And there we go. They're showing off some highlights of the Hy-Vee number 30 car there. Alright, there we go. We got that all reestablished. And yeah, there we go. Alright, so hopefully we didn't lose too many people there. Again, just been having some internet issues. Alright, so there we go. And just coming back from commercial break. 43 laps to go in the NASCAR Cup Series. Goodyear 400 here from the Darlington Raceway. And let's see. Yeah. Oh, there goes Kyle Busch into the fence. And it's saying no caution, but he did get a decent lick of that fence. And That is not going to help his top 15 day at all. In fact, he's now outside the top 20, it looks like. Justin Haley, though, running up inside the top. He has a Rick Ware car up inside the top, up into 11th place. I mean, that is something. Up into the top 10 goes Justin Haley. I mean, we will have to wait and see if this holds up. But, man, if it does, Justin Haley is doing an amazing job with that 51 team. I think we all unanimously said, hey, he's got to try, he is making the wrong decision by going from a theoretically new and upcoming Kaulig Racing to a older and more established car. No, there goes Larson! Larson's around! No! Kyle Larson blows a tire, I assume. He just popped around on that one. There's no other explanation there other than a blown tire. And that is a blown tire for a number 5 car that was looking unstoppable. Speaking of unstoppable, now everybody can come here, come to pit road, get that set of tires, and make it to the end on fuel. Which means your guys who pitted for 4 tires really late in that cycle, they just got their stuff taken care of. Yep, that just killed guys like Corey LaJoie, Michael McDowell. That just killed Michael McDowell's day. Yay. I just realized the actual cost of that. Now, some of your guys like, again, Justin Haley, who pitted a little earlier and got the most out of those tires early on, ends up going and actually benefiting here. There we go. Alright. And yeah, that tire is definitely blown, but he does get it into the, he is trying to get it into his pit box here. And, he at least got it to his pit guys. And now they can try and make something happen of it, but they gotta get it done within 10 minutes, or within, what is it, a 7-minute clock now? Because I know they made the crash clock higher, I just don't remember where they set it at. I know it used to be 5, then I think they made it 7 for the playoffs, then I thought that they moved that change to the regular season after that year. So there we go. 38 laps to go, and again, this is the point where guys like Chastain, Ty Gibbs, Chris Buescher, the guys who pit at the early end of the cycle, these guys are the guys getting benefited here. And the guys like a Gregson, a Michael McDowell, a Corey LaJoie, they're getting a little bit hosed here by coming the pit road later and not having the time on the fresh tires to keep chewing through the competition here. Now, if Ford somehow still does not win this with the amount of good cars they've got today and the amount of cars they've got in position right now, I mean, they've got 1st, 4th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 11th are all Fords. If they somehow still do not manage a win here, I don't know what more Ford needs to do to put their guys in positions to win. Outside of hiring new guys, which they can't fire every driver. And again, I don't think every Ford driver is deserving of firing either. I think they are doing a very admirable job, but the question has to be asked as to what does this manufacturer need to keep this thing under control? Speaking of under control, pit stops are underway. Ty Gibbs' crew almost loses a tire, but they keep it under control there. And here we go. The 45 just getting to his pit box as the 24 finishes up his service. He will be rejoining just behind the 54. Now the 6 car comes to join the caravan, and he is going to get out ahead of the 54 And, oh, it's going to be Reddick on top. Reddick, Keselowski, Buescher, the way they qualified, 1, 2, 3, is how they'll restart. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. But, yeah, once again, just an amazing pit stop there for the 45 team. Taking advantage of that number 1 pit box and getting stuff done. Again, though, this is a lot of Ford power at the front, and I'd be, again, a little disappointed in Ford if they can't somehow find a way to win with this many cars to the front. I mean, again, at that point, there were so many cars in the top 5, top 10 conversation for Ford compared to other manufacturers. There were like two Toyotas, 1 Chevy, I think, in the top 10 at that point. You had Reddick, Gibbs, and maybe Denny Hamlin was in the mix, so you had 3 of them, and then you had the 2 Chevys, one of which blew a tire. Alright, so here we go. Let's see. I pick a Byron, still looking good here. Go. Alright, so there we go. They're coming back from commercial break. I was just catching up on some of the arguing going on in a group chat because it was starting to get a little out of hand. But yeah, we got 6 people hanging out in chat. Hopefully you guys are all enjoying yourselves. We got a caution flag, 35 laps to go. We're going to be getting ready for a sprint to the checkers. And yep, Tyler Reddick's crew faster by 1/10 of a second. Tyler Reddick as a driver, though, picking up another 3/10 for his team to cushion them in case of a bad pit stop. I mean, that is very good for Tyler Reddick. Go ahead, do what you can to give your team the best opportunity to try and get you out in front. And ultimately, they won by 4/10 of a second. And that's where really this is a team job, because coming into the pits correctly can save you a ton of time if you can just do it right. Here we go. Alright, let's see. Billy Scott. Let's see. He's the crew chief of that 45 car, and they're showing the photo of him winning the race off pit road. And yep, that team celebrating every single spot they can gain him on pit road, and now they've given him control of the race back. Is it possible that somehow Ford is going to still lose this race? See, the 2 Fords don't even line up on the inside line together to try and restart well. I mean, I guess the problem there would be that you'd be giving 2 Toyotas at the top. I don't know. It is a really tough spot to be in when you're the teammate picking between your teammate and a non-teammate. But if you pick the teammate, you also line a teammate up with, you line up 2 teammates on your outside. Now, I think it's pretty safe to assume that they won't get a third teammate lined up together there. Because they, the next row had no Toyota affiliation. But here we go. We're getting ready to restart. Keselowski and Reddick on the first row. Gibbs, Buescher, row 2. Row 3 is Barry and Byron. Haley and Hamlin making up row 4. Row 5 is Chastain, Briscoe. Gregson, Wallace, row 6. LaJoie and Bowman, row 7. Row 8 is McDowell and Elliott. And the pace car is off, and oh no! Oh, Ryan Preece has a tear-off loose as he and Martin Truex Jr. share row 9. And row 10 will be rounded out by Eric Jones and Christopher Bell as they go green, 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 green flags out. We are back to racing. But, Ryan Preece has got a tear-off loose on his car, and that could come off and potentially cause a debris caution here. So I think if I'm the 6 car, I am absolutely racing this as hard as possible. And if I'm the six team's crew chief, I tell him, hey, we may be getting another caution here for the tear off there. Race this like it's to the checkers, because if you can get control of this race on with a caution flag, you can go ahead and reshape this race for yourself. Speaking of reshaping this race, the 54 and the 17 just made some contact, and the 17 just made contact with the fence, but ultimately the 17 actually came out on the right side of that one. And these two, the 6 and the 45, still battling tooth and nail for the top spot. I mean, there ain't no... everybody likes this. Some good old-fashioned racing, and there we go! Oh, big push from the teammate! Out of nowhere comes Chris Buescher right into the back of his teammate. It did not look like Keselowski was quite ready for that. I think he wants it on the straightaway if he can get it, not right at the end of the straightaway. And Larson is out of the race officially here. So now there's one less competitive Chevy in the race. And now it's a Ford versus Toyota battle at the front. You've got two Fords hounding this 45 car for the lead. And right now, Brad Keselowski's he's racing him fair. I will give Brad Keselowski full credit for that. He is racing Tyler Reddick incredibly fair. He's leaving him enough room. Honestly, Reddick's the one choosing to run right into the fence, basically. And down. Oh, here we go, off the corner. 3 wide for the lead. It's Buescher, 3 wide for the lead. Buescher goes 3 wide for the lead. Let's go. And Buescher takes the lead while Keselowski and Reddick were there messing about for the lead. Buescher finds that one moment of weakness there in the 45's game, which was the 6 car hounding him for the position, and he goes and takes them 3 wide and takes the spot. And now Buescher's going to try and drive off while those two continue to fight for second now. And there we go. Alright, let's see. So that is a big one there, and that just put Ford in a very good spot potentially to try and win this race. Now the question is, again, I have not gotten a chance to see what happened with the 41 car in their tear-off, but here we go. They're going to show us a replay. Yep, the 6 car ended up squeezing the 45 up into the fence off the corner, leading to a big slow up there, and the 17 just went all the way to the inside wall to go around them and got by them both. Now, that 45 car is still fast, so, I mean, this race ain't over. But, man, did it just get a whole lot more interesting. Hopefully you guys are excited. If you guys aren't excited, I don't know what you guys are doing here. It's 26 laps to go. Josh Berry has entered the top 5 here, and now they're going to talk with Kyle Larson. I want to go ahead and see what he has to say about his blown tire here, so let's see. Only his 2nd DNF of the season. Hey, you know what? That's pretty impressive that you can go this far into the season with 3 super speedway races and come out of it with only 2 DNFs up to this point, and one of your DNFs coming today at Darlington. that is very impressive to get through 3 super speedways with only 1 DNF. I would assume one of his DNFs was at a super speedway. But, yeah, he's talking about getting on the marbles and just hit the wall. So, yeah, it looks like he may have hit the wall, and my guess is that might have started a tire rub. But, yeah, and he's talking about one of the tires shredding as he went into turn 3. And here we go. Let's see. Nope, that's not the battle I thought it was. I thought they were showing the battle for the lead, but nope. That was the battle for, like, 15th. Oh, no, actually, battle for 6th. Okay, that's a little bit more justified. But here we go. Let's see. Buescher versus Reddick. What can Reddick do here to try and close in on the 17 of Buescher? And does Buescher make a mistake here? He's out here leading at a track we've never seen him lead and win at before. Now, he is a very, competitive, he's got a very competitive pedigree, and last summer, we thought Buescher was getting ready to just go on a championship tear even, potentially, as he went and won 3 oval races in a row. There were a couple of road courses in there. He didn't manage to win those, but he managed to win Michigan, Richmond, back-to-back, and then he went and won Daytona a couple weeks later. And say 3 ovals in a row, 3 very different ovals in a row, and he managed to win all 3 of them. Again, we thought he might be on a championship tear, and then all of a sudden he was, all of Ford has been average this year, which is not the way we kind of have come to learn how they are. So, again, 3 cars out of the race here, only 2 cars currently a lap down. The others are all on the lead lap. So, 31 cars lead lap. That's not a bad number of cars to be on the lead lap. It's a concerning number if you're potentially questioning tires if we get a caution flag here with like 20 to go. But, yeah, this is actually going pretty well here. Alright, here we go. Let's see. We got the 20 and the 7 fighting right now. 38 trying to get in the mix here as well. Not sure what position this is for. This is for 15th. Okay. And here we go. Again, only about a half-second lead here. Buescher cannot really relax. He's got to keep going. He can't just run down the track. He can't really slow up much at all here if he wants to keep the lead. I mean, again, they are fighting this one out. Now, let's see. Coming back from commercial break. They're going to show some of these other... Oh, are they really about to do this to Chris Buescher? They're really about to do this. .003 at Atlanta. Then they're going to show the .002 at Talladega from years ago. Then the .002 again at Darlington. And then last week, Chris Buescher and the unthinkable, the .001 of a second between himself and Larson for that top spot. I mean, at this point, Tyler Reddick has the tiebreaker if these two, between Reddick and Buescher, do have a exact tie, which, granted, would be utterly insane for there to be a literal tie. But, yeah, I mean, I'd be all here for it. I mean, I think we would all be here for a exact tie. But how many of those generational type photo finishes can we realistically expect in one season? Like, legitimately. Like, this has been the most dominating season in NASCAR's next-gen era because we haven't seen a whole lot of different winners. But we have seen some of the closest winners of all time. But, yeah, here we go. Let's see. Again, Reddick staying as close as he can to the 17, Only 16 laps to go, though. Not a lot of time if you really want to try and pressure a mistake. I think you got to get up there right on his bumper. You got to find where he's not running and be able to find speed wherever that is. And the hard part is that Buescher needs to do the exact opposite. He needs to figure out where the 45 thinks he's not running and run there. Because at this point, I mean, as much as we don't like to say the word, dirty air is a thing and very much could be the deciding factor here. If Buescher can just keep Reddick in his dirty air, that will make it a lot harder for Reddick trying to enter these corners. But if Reddick can find some clean air, yeah, there we go. Buescher saw in the middle of the corner that he needed to move up the track to keep that dirty air in Reddick's wake. And I say, Reddick's only 0.25 back right now. He's keeping it really close here. What can Reddick end up doing? And say, what's Reddick willing to do? And more specifically, what is Reddick not willing to do to try and win this race? He's been close. Yeah, the furthest back he's been has been 0.04 over the last 5 laps. So here we go. Let's see again. 0.3 right now behind Reddick or behind Buescher. Still plenty of room for Buescher to kind of breathe, but that's about all he has room for right now. And here we go. Entering the corners, looking at both telemetries. Both are lifting, and then seems like Buescher gets back on the throttle just a little sooner, and is able to go to full throttle a little bit sooner as well, and makes for a very close but very similar run for the two of them. Now, Tyler Reddick was actually the faster car the last lap, so as I say, they are actually he is actually closing in there. I'm not sure on what the exact math is, but as I say, whatever it is, Tyler Reddick, he is making this close with 11 laps to go. Now, what happens? Are these two going to end up wrecking each other here? Let's see. So yeah, so far, second place finishes. Ford's coming second twice as many times as Chevy or Toyota combined. Or not twice as many as them combined, but twice as many as them each. And then there we go. So yeah, right now Reddick's keeping it very close. He's finding the clean air. He's closing in on that bumper, and now it's 0.1 away. They are literally going to be right on the bumper. There we go. Dives it in. Goes to 45. 45 dives it all the way in. He's going to rough him up already. 10 laps to go, and he's already putting him in the wall. What kind of effort was that? Yeah, I was going to say, Buescher's doing the same thing. He's putting the hand out the window. What? What kind of move was that? And I think the 45 may have figured out that was the wrong move at the wrong time, and he has just ruined his shot at this win, and that is going to be putting both RFK cars in control of this race, as we are going to... Oh, and the 17's now got an issue. 17's coming to pit road. So that's going to leave Brad Keselowski versus Ty Gibbs in control of this race. I mean, that was a stupid move by Reddick, but it ultimately took Buescher out of contention for the win. I would not be shocked if we see a fist fight after this one, because there is no reason for Reddick to have done that. And the fact that they both got back to the pits without wrecking it is actually quite impressive. All right, come on, let's see. And I say 8 laps to go. Can Ty Gibbs reel in Keselowski in a situation that I don't think he expected to be in? I don't think any of them expected that they were going to be in contention for this win with the way that they were going. 110 race winless streak for Brad Keselowski. He has not won since April Talladega of 2021. And again, what on earth was this move? They're going to show it again here on the replay. Reddick dives it in. I thought he was making a nice aggressive move, and then he just goes and drives him right into the wall. I mean, that is just a jerk move by Reddick, and ultimately it cost himself and the 17 any shot at this win. There is absolutely no reason to have made that move. I mean, just stupid driving from Reddick, but here we go. Keselowski 6 laps away from a return trip to Victory Lane at a track he has seen Victory Lane at before, but it has been a while. Oh yeah, no, definitely. Somebody very well could get knocked out here, because there is no justification for that move. I am usually all for boys have at it type racing. There is no justification for that move. Oh, and now Keselowski's got lap traffic in front of him. 5 laps to go, and there is a lap car ahead of him. Here we go. Let's see. First time since 2010 that Ford has gone the first 12 races without a race win, and now they've got 4 laps away from having that first race win of the season in race number 13. All right, John Hunter Nemechek stays nice and out the way. Now, is he going to pull over and let Gibbs by? That's the question. Yep, there we go. John Hunter Nemechek pulling right out the way. Nice and easy for Ty Gibbs. Going to let the fellow Toyota go and try and run him down. He didn't race Keselowski dirty or anything. He held his line, made Keselowski turn to go around him, and then gave the lane right up to Ty Gibbs to let Gibbs race on through. It's close. There might be a shot here. But right now, I think Keselowski might have a shot at taking that number 6 Castrol car to the victory lane. Let's see. There goes the Chevy car coming to pit road. He's not got a dog in this fight right now. It's all Ford and Toyota at the top of the boards. Byron in 6th is currently the best of them. But here we go. Let's see. 2 laps to go. 2 more times around, and Ty Gibbs needs to be on it these final 2 laps if he wants any shot. He is, as I say, they are about 200 feet apart right now. Let's see. Is there anything Ty Gibbs can do here? Entering turns 3 and 4, going to be coming to the white flag. This is all Brad Keselowski wants, is to see this white flag right now to make sure the race is official. No caution flag. It is going to be a white flag finish, and we are going to see this race to the checkers, and it is going to be a Brad Keselowski close-out win after everything looked like it was going Tyler Reddick's way, and all of a sudden, Ford's winless streak is going to be snapped by Brad Keselowski. And here we go. Off of the final corner. Nothing between him and the checkers. Brad Keselowski off the final corner wins in Darlington. Ty Gibbs comes up a short 2nd place. Josh Berry with a very impressive 3rd place finish here. And Ford's winless streak is over. Hamlin, 4th place. 5th, Briscoe. 6th, William Byron, my pre-race pick. Bubba Wallace coming home 7th. 8th, Alex Bowman. 9th, Justin Haley. And 10th, Michael McDowell. Another solid top 10 finish for Michael McDowell. Makes 2 in a row. Chad, I just left the race. Oh boy. Someone picked the wrong time to leave if you left before the Tyler Reddick move. If you left after the Tyler Reddick move, I completely understand. Especially if you were a Reddick or Buescher fan. But man, let's go! Keselowski with the race win. I love seeing the Roush Fenway team go into victory lane. I'm not even the biggest Brad Keselowski fan, but that is a cool one to see. Ford's winless streak is over. I agree. I honestly would have preferred the 17 to be the one to break it, but hey, at this point, Ford needed a win to avoid the being the butt of the Chevy jokes going forward. But there we go. And it has been so long. It's one of those. It doesn't matter who you are. You feel good to see a champion like Brad Keselowski be able to go out there, win a race under his own team banner as a driver owner, and be able to go ahead and claim this race win. Man, that is such a good feeling to see him. And again, as a Carl Edwards fan, not the biggest Brad Keselowski fan around. As a Kyle Busch fan, not the biggest fan of Brad Keselowski, especially some of the antics in the past. But I can appreciate a great driver who put himself in the right position and went through a drought similar to the whole Casey Kane situation when he won the Brickyard in 2017. Similar to all the other long winless streaks that have been snapped. And here we go. Here comes the fight. Yep, they're putting hands on each other. Not sure they're gonna try and talk it out, but man, Buescher is not happy, and I do not blame him. Honestly, I think the only reason he's not throwing a punch right now is the fact that Reddick's got that helmet on. So, there's nothing that Buescher can really do, but, I mean, Buescher came over to his car, he took off his helmet to go have this conversation. Again, I would have waited till the guy had his helmet off to go in. Yep, there we go. Okay, he's going to take his helmet off and they can talk or fight. I don't know which one the stream is preferring here, but yeah, they are definitely... I want to go ahead and say, I can't wait for one of these videos from one of the people with a cell phone there that's just going to upload the raw footage of that confrontation. I'd love to hear it. It's like one of the few times I do miss the fact that I'm just listening to the subtitles, but man, that was a race. And again, Reddick that is one of the stupidest moves that Reddick could have made. And there we go. Brad Keselowski climbing out the car. If you guys just came for the race reaction, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, we'll be back next week for the All-Star race. I believe we'll be here on Saturday for the heat races, and then for Sunday with the actual All-Star race. Let me see if there's an actual posted schedule before I go ahead and say for sure what it's going to be. I know I went and put in my vote this week. Alright, let's see. Oh, sorry, schedule 2024. Also heard that the 2025 NASCAR Cup schedule could be out soon as well, which would be interesting. Alright, we'll go to North Wilkesboro's webpage here. Let's see. Do they just have a list of the events? Because that's all I'm looking for is a list of what time stuff's going to be on. Alright, well, it doesn't look like it, but again, as per usual, before we end off the stream, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know where every person finished, so maybe if your favorite driver wasn't in the top 10, we can go ahead and shout them out for a great day run anyway. But yeah, so starting at the top, we got Brad Keselowski, obviously snapping that long winless streak, and Ford Performance's first win in a National Series, Truck, Xfinity, or Cup. Finally breaks the streak. Ty Gibbs comes up a short second place finish. He is knocking on the door of that first win, and Ty Gibbs will be a race winner in NASCAR sooner rather than later. Josh Berry, a very good finish here in his rookie season, coming home with a top 3 finish. Could he be the next driver to win a race in his rookie season? Hasn't been done since, well, I guess technically Cindric won it in winning the 500 there, so it actually wasn't too long ago, but still would be curious to see it happen again. Denny Hamlin coming home 4th, and Briscoe rounding out your top 5. Byron Bubba coming home 6th and 7th. Bowman coming home 8th in a great Lowe's throwback there. Justin Haley with an amazing top 10 day there for him in that 51 car. Again, I thought that was a step back. Turns out that it's actually been a bit of a step forward potentially here. Michael McDowell, I'm hoping for the same thing for him as he announced that he's going to be leaving the 34 and going to the 71 car for Spire Motorsports. But Michael McDowell, this is back-to-back 10th place finishes here for him. Ross Chastain comes home 11th. 12th is Chase Elliott. 13th, Christopher Bell. 14th, Noah Gragson. And rounding out your top 15 finishers here today is Todd Gilliland. Corey LaJoie comes home in the 16th position. Ryan Preece with that tear-off that looked like it was going to come loose comes home in the 17th position. 18th was Kaz Gralla. 19th, Eric Jones. And rounding out the top 20 was Austin Cindric. You actually have a little bit of a run on Penske cars here because Joe Logano 21st. 22nd, Harrison Burton for the Wood Brothers with Penske's affiliate. Oh, they're talking to Reddick right now. I want to make sure I hear this one. I didn't realize they were talking to him. I thought they were going to talk to him. Let's see. Heck of the battle at the end. Let's see. What is this one going to be? Yeah, I completely understand where he's coming from. You better be able to understand where he's coming from. He's run the top and run his own racing line, keeping maybe, I made a really aggressive move. Yeah. Thought I was going to clear him when I realized I wasn't going to. Tried to check up and not slide into him, but I mean, you knew you weren't going to make that corner a lot earlier than you did, and two, that was a very, I mean, you went and dove way in there, and there was, I mean, yeah, there wasn't a whole lot you could have done. You could have dragged the brakes, though, to try and not ruin both of your guys' day. But, yeah, again, this, he was going to try and clear him, and, yeah, again, okay, at least he's acknowledging that it's not, what he did was not right, but, again, he tries to defend it here. And Brad Keselowski driving with both of his daughters in the passenger side of the car, driving to victory lane. They're talking with Ty Gibbs now. Not really excited for that one, so let's go ahead and see. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. comes home 23rd. 24th, Daniel Suarez. 25th was Martin Truex Jr. Carson Hocevar comes home in the 26th position. 27th for Kyle Busch, ending a very disappointing day for RCR, as Austin Dillon also comes home in the 28th position. Last car on the lead lap. Derek Kraus comes home as the only driver 1 lap behind the race. Chris Buescher comes home 2 laps down. John Hunter Nemechek 2 laps down as well in the 31st position. Tyler Reddick comes home 2 laps down, 32nd position for him. Daniel Hemrick in the 31 car comes home 3 laps behind the race in position number 33. Kyle Larson DNF'd out of the race, putting himself in position number 34, 41 laps shy of the checkered flag. Zane Smith spun out and hit the inside wall, putting himself out of the race in 35th position and 132 laps shy of the checkered flag. And Ryan Blaney, the first retirement of the race, comes home dead last, 36th place, and gets 164 points. Or, not 164 points, but finishes 164 laps behind the race. There we go. And that is going to be all from me here at the Darlington Raceway. But, yeah, I mean, great day for RFK. Terrible day for the 17 team. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. And I will see you guys in the next video, live stream, whatever you guys decide to do with the rest of your day. Have a great day, everybody.